shoes running through these honky tonks. If we're gonna sing, we're built until the break of dawn. Singing the Human Branch Blues. Singing the Human Branch Blues.
We're back. Human Branch Blues. Coming at you from Greenup County, Kentucky. We are in the Pump House. We took the entire year of 2020 off because it sucked for you all, for us, for everybody. But I'm here again, finally, in 2021. This is the first time in 2021 with my good friend here, Cole Chaney. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, brother. How you been?
How was 2020 for you?
Man, obviously outside of all the perils that everybody was going through, really it was a pretty good year for me musically. A lot of new developments. Did a whole lot of playing between our last Yulin Branch and now, and we've wrapped up recording on my first record, set to come out here in the next month, be titled Mercy.
Shit.
Yeah,
Mercy.
And this will be the first announcement of this, but we're planning on releasing the first single on February 6th.
First single, February 6th.
Yeah.
See, Cole Chaney here, he's a local boy. He's Eastern Kentucky. He's Appalachia. He grew up. I met him. First time I met him, we're doing shows out here at the Pump House. And you'd been playing for a while, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just really getting serious about it, but gigging and stuff. You'd only written, how many songs did you write?
Shoot, man, I think when I played on here, I played 4 songs. And out of those 4 songs, I think I still play 2 of them. So only 2 that I liked. Yeah.
But you were doing covers and stuff.
Yeah,
but you only had 4 songs written?
Yep.
That was Mercy Me, Cold Shooter. What else you had?
Had so Mercy, Cold Shooter. I think I played one called Goodbyes and Just Fine. Yeah, and Goodbyes and
Just Fine.
Yeah, those 2 they've made their way off the set list.
You done with them?
Yeah, for now anyway. I might revisit them eventually and try to rewrite them.
I've got them on the other Yulin Branch, and I'm not getting rid of them, so you can't get rid of them. So 2020, you really hit the music. What'd you do with your time in 2020?
Shoot, man, as much as I could. I mean, we were all locked down for a good majority of it, but did a lot of writing. I spent a lot of time in my own head, hashing a lot of stuff out. I think a lot of people probably did that, and I was better for it, that's for sure. There's a lot of times where it didn't seem so great, but there's a lot of good songs that came out on the other end of that, and that's what this upcoming record is it's just it's all just compiled songs and thoughts from this past year. It's just
Did you write all the songs this year?
Yeah, they're all from
all
this year. Yeah,
I bet they're
this past year, 2020. I think I might have one on there that I may have written in 2021, but I don't think so.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think so.
See, my time, of course, I don't play or anything. I'm a fan. I like to drink beer and watch you all play. Man, I was feeling like an absolute failure as a father, because I got 9 years old. I got a 9-year-old son, and he couldn't ride a 2-wheeler. We were just so busy. He could hit a baseball, he could throw, he could get everybody out. That's what we were focused on. Mm-hmm. And so we locked down. We went in, and in 9 years, it took me 9 years, but I got 3 kids. They all learned at the same time, riding 2-wheelers, without training wheels, rollerblades and stuff. So I went from a failure to being like super dad just because we finally stopped.
Yeah.
We just stopped moving, So it sucked. I wish it never would have happened. I would take him still with training wheels today if 2020 never would have happened. But, there was some much needed family time that we got out of it.
Yeah, I think at this time last year I had that song Another Day in the Life written. Right. I think that, or I was just starting to write it because that was right when all this stuff was starting to go down, and that's when I was just thinking, I was like, there's 2 ways to take this. You can either get upset about it and spend all your time dwelling on what's going on, or you can look at the positive side of this. And I spent a whole lot of time with my immediate family this past year and got a lot closer with them. And, I spent a lot of time conversing with them and just getting to know them.
Right.
And, you always think you know your family and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, God knows how long ago without really sitting down and talking to them. And then when you take that time to sit down and you talk to them, you're like, man, I missed out on a lot.
Yeah.
So it's good to get to sit down and catch up with people.
Time.
Yeah.
Hopefully it don't take us a virus to do that again.
Exactly.
Like from now on, like I'm just going to carve out some time. Like we don't have to run so much. We can get to know our family better. We can teach our kids new things and just be with them and hang out. Like that's what I hope we get at. I hope we don't just go right back to just busy life.
That's been my main takeaway from all this is that I'm definitely not going to be taking all these simple things for granted. All the things that we used to not even think about.
Right.
And now it's scarcity. So
absolutely
to get to, just get to go and see your friends. Really, that's something I really look forward to. I look forward to getting back to playing normal shows.
Oh shit,
a lot.
I look forward to you get back to playing too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like, we had that one show that we had to cancel. Oh my gosh, man! That out of all the shows that I had to cancel here at the Pump House, the Nick Jamerson, Brother Smith, and you were headlining for him. That was going to be
opening.
It was going to be. Yeah, you were opening.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. Sorry. Yeah, soon you'll be headlining for them. I'm just predicting it, I guess. You were opening for them, and that's where I met you. Was in what's that bar in Huntington? V Club.
Yeah, the V Club.
Right.
We were at a Nick Jamerson show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Nick Jamerson. If y'all don't know Nicholas Jamerson, this podcast is gonna reach a lot of people. You're missing out. You're not living your best life. Like him and Brother Smith. I mean, they're great. We've had a lot of great people in here. But they were going to be a show. We canceled it because of the virus. We had to, but man, we'll get it back on the books for sure. Man. We'll have to get that back on the books.
Both those bands are great, and Nick, he's somebody that I've gotten a chance to get to know a little better this year, and as artists, and.
Have you interacted with him this year?
Yeah, and
oh wow,
he's not one of those people that looks genuine, and they're not. I mean, the dude doesn't put on an act, and that's why he attracts the attention that he does because he's not putting on an act. The dude doesn't have to try to do any extra stuff. That's just who he is. And
did he just have a kid and stuff?
Yeah,
that's cool.
He just had a kid.
So keep name dropping. Who else have you hung out with this year?
Man,
get your recording going. Just start name dropping.
So.
Name drop your ass off right now.
First and foremost, Arthur Hancock and Chris Schaus.
Right.
Those two guys in the not even past year, just past 6 months, man.
Now they're the Wooks, right?
The Wooks, yeah.
Wooks,
well,
Wooks,
Arthur was the original singer in the Wooks, and he's not with the Wooks anymore.
Okay.
They just formed a new band called Wolfpen Branch, and that's one of Arthur's.
I haven't even heard of it.
That's one of Arthur's original songs that he plays, but man, him and Chris, they helped me so much in recording this record, and
really,
yeah, Arthur, he's one of those guys that he's such a positive person, and he's so about just helping others, and man, that dude, he's helped me get so many connections in the music scene. He knows everybody. And everybody likes him. So he's just helped me so much. And Chris Schaus, man, I can't say enough for that guy. I recorded a lot of this record at Chris's house. All the mandolin that was cut on it was at Chris's house. The bass that was cut on it, Roddy Puckett, that was at Chris's house. Okay. And, I mean, just as much time as I've spent in the studio this year, I spent just as much time at Chris's cutting stuff there.
Oh, wow.
And he's just been incredible, showed me so much. And, I'm like a sponge when I get around those guys because they're so, in my eyes, they're so much better than I am. Well, and I'm just trying to soak it all up,
Yeah. I guarantee they love having you around because they probably see a lot of you, a lot of them and you growing up,
I hope.
teeth, doing that. Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah, they do. or they wouldn't be messing around with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's amazing. So what's the feel of this album coming out? What's the feel of this? Like, what kind of vibe you getting?
The album is titled Mercy.
Okay.
And when I wrote Mercy, that was right after Bellefonte Hospital, Our Lady of Bellefonte Hospital, got shut down. And my mom, she was working there at the time. And, you know, that's the feel for about half of the album.
Yeah.
And the other half of it, I'm wanting it to come off as a little more uplifting, you know, kind of a not such a dreary, you know, this sucks mentality.
So you're going to beat us down, then you're going to bring us back up at the end.
I'm going to try to anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you let me listen to a song earlier, and it sounded like a lot of strings. So I love that.
All string music.
All string. That's
all
right.
string
You
music.
said no drums in
No
it?
drums, all string.
Dude, that's grass right there, guys.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know anything about grass, you're going to learn about some grass today. I'm just telling you. Well, let's go ahead and jump into a song. I hate to talk too much without getting into a song real quick. What are you going to play for us first?
I figure I'll just go ahead and start off with Ill Will Creek here. This is
Ill Will Creek.
Ill Will Creek.
Okay.
This is you can take this song however you want to. I wrote it about Ill Will Creek on Del Hollow Lake.
Okay.
And
that's,
you know,
southern Kentucky, kind of.
Yeah, it's right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
Yeah.
But I've spent a lot of time there, especially as a kid growing up. My papa and all his friends and his son, my Uncle Steve, and my cousin, we take a trip down there every year, and that's the place I always look forward to going. And I always thought that was the coolest name for a place, was Ill Will Creek. So, you know, I have a very active imagination.
Absolutely.
So I started, you know, the wheels started turning there, and that's what came out on the other side. And I think there's a little undertone, you know, of soul selling, possibly, you know.
Okay.
It's however you want to take it.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the beautiful thing about it, is whatever you want it to be about, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Well, let's hear it.
All right. This is Ill Will Creek.
When the sun goes down and the holler turns to black, see the water boil, hear the mountains laugh. There's a place where earth and the underworld do meet. Find whatever you seek at the head of Ill Will Creek. Well, the hills have eyes and the trees have listening ears. Willows hang low like a curtain, hide your fear. Smoother than glass, so clear you can't see the bones. Keep your body and he keeps your soul. Don't go floating down on it. Well, the price you pay is the soul you spend. You won't leave till you make a deal, son. Don't you know there's a devil in these hills? Many young man lost beneath this ridge, but the siren song is one no man can resist. You can fight and claw to keep your earthly way. struggle in vain. You'll drown all the same. Don't go floating down old and well. The price you pay is the soul you spill. No one leaves till they make a deal. Son, don't you know there's a devil in these hills? Well, you know what they say about legends and verse. You can't put much stock in mortal men's words. Well, don't go floating down old and well. The price you pay is the soul you spill. You won't leave till you make a deal. Son, don't you know there's a devil in these hills?
You said that was Ill Will Creek?
Ill Will Creek.
Oh, God, dog, dude. The way it's just kind of a little bit darker, so that's got to be on the beginning of the album a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that first, second, third? I mean, you're...
I can't reveal that yet.
I like where I hear you.
can't-
I hear you.
I
Hey, I'm going
can't
to try
give
and
that
get you
away
to tell
just
all
yet,
I can
no.
get you to tell. Hey, if y'all keep looking at me over here, I'm also producing this, so I'm like the flea market of podcasts, okay? That's what you're going to get on this. But, man, God, Ill Will Creek, that sounded good, dude.
Thanks, man.
I like that.
Thank you.
This just feels right, man. We're back. We're doing this
yeah.
again. This
It's
feels
good.
so good. Of course, you've been in the studio and stuff. I haven't been able to do anything. So
Yeah.
I'm giddy, dude. Like this feels right. This is what we should be doing. Like,
That's right.
and we got all 2021 to do it. Like, you know, Godspeed on the vaccines and stuff. Let's get this stuff cleared up. Let's start doing what we're supposed to again.
Let's get back to it.
Absolutely.
It's about time.
I want to ask you a question. So, have you played anything like Intimate? Of course, you know, we're social distancing here. I measured it out 6 foot and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played any shows in 2020 or played
yeah.
for anybody? You just kind of been distancing, doing the social distancing and stuff?
Well, there's a whole lot of venues that are still doing live music, but they're just doing it, you know, socially distanced, mask required and
Gotcha.
stuff. You know, there's a lot of outdoor venues. Obviously, there's not much outdoor stuff going on right now, but back when it was warmer, there was a lot of outdoor stuff going on. And, man, I've really started tapping into house shows, just going to people's houses and playing.
Well, that's cool.
And, man, those are my favorite.
Is that right?
Yeah, because, you know, you're there. You're
right on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to bring any electronics with you to a lot of them, and you can just play straight up acoustic.
Just go unplug.
And folks love it. So
That's awesome.
I love doing that. Yeah.
I went to one. We went down the Burl, and they had it all outside. The tables all set up. Everyone spread away, and you couldn't go mingle. It was really cool. We actually went to St. Jamerson down there. I got a question. I asked this.
I work at the Burl.
Oh, you did?
I work there.
You work there now, or you did?
Well, they're not doing a whole lot right now,
I
but
got you.
when stuff picks back up, I'm sure I'll be out there again. But, yeah, I worked there up until they pretty much really slowed down. And
So you're living down there in Lexington now?
Yeah, I'm living in Lexington now.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I played a show out there whenever they had just made the new add-on to the outdoor stage, and I opened a show out there.
Dude, we were all spread out. We had our own tables. The servers were all masked up. It was a really good experience because we felt real safe, but we got to hear the show.
Yeah, they do it right.
Great.
They do it right.
Oh, yeah, it was great. What other place you played down there?
Man, I played
Not even just in 2020, just everywhere down there.
Henry Clay's. I'm getting ready to play my old Kentucky Foam on the 6th.
Okay.
So if y'all are listening, if you're
Okay.
looking
You hear
to
that?
catch
There's
a
a
show
plug.
on the same same day as the album release.
Okay.
Be looking for that. Man, I've been playing a lot. I've been playing the venue out in Moorhead. It's hard to name them all.
Right.
Shoot, man. Like I said, I've been doing a whole lot of house shows. Been doing a lot of little mini festivals.
That's cool.
Stuff like that, little odd shows here and there.
Let me ask you
It's
this.
not like a every weekend thing because you can't really do that anymore right now. Especially, it's really hard to book like one show a month. But here lately, it's been picking back up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So when I go to a show, I've been known to get like all sloppy drunk and kind of be an asshole. Tell me about like. Is there like show etiquette if you're going to go out and you're going to watch a show?
Definitely.
There's definitely some etiquette. Like I know the people on stage, they want to be all courteous and nice and stuff, but what are some things that like get on your nerves that if people are going to go watch a show, like they could watch out for?
Well, I'm getting to the point now where people are driving some decent distances to come and listen.
Nice. Oh, that's
Like,
you're on your way, yeah.
The other day we were playing this little place, and I had some folks drive in from like 4 hours away, and they come to listen to music. I had some folks that were being loud all night long.
Gotcha.
And had to get on to them later in the night because they were just getting even louder. And it's like if you don't want to listen, that's fine.
Right.
It's totally fine. I don't care.
Right.
But I'm playing to the people that want to listen,
Oh,
and you're hindering their ability
Right.
to hear what I'm putting out. So, and the fact that you come in and you pay to get in, and you're gonna come in here and act like
Just
that,
be an asshole.
yeah. Like, why would you do that? You're just wasting
Were
your
they
money.
just shouting and cussing and
Yeah,
yelling?
yeah.
And just being,
And, I was in the middle of a song for my girl that I play, and
Right.
I'd put up with it all night, and I started playing that song, and I was like, no, not this one. I told him, I was like, the song's about my girl, the song's about my papaw, y'all shut up.
just shut the fuck up right now. Chill out. This one's, y'all just tone it down a bit.
And normally when you do that, they, 80% of the place is behind you, so
Yeah.
really, they usually leave after you do that.
Oh, really?
And that's fine. That's fine with
Then
me.
you kind of,
Yeah.
Then that creates a better experience for everybody.
Yeah, it does.
I'm the type, I go out and I don't even, if I'm going to go watch music, I'm not even really there to, like, I'll dance and stuff, but I'm there to hear the music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that would have looked at them and been like, would y'all shut up? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'd been right behind you, like, throwing my assholes out.
Yeah. Well, they left. They
So
left
you hear that?
right after that.
Don't be an asshole when you go out. My
I mean,
thing is,
it's
though,
I totally understand
Right.
talking and stuff.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't be obnoxious.
right, absolutely.
Don't start yelling.
Because you're there
and
to
acting
hang
like a
out
fool.
with people,
Yeah.
for sure. But be courteous. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly.
I've seen that, like, oh my God, or just the one that cringes me because I don't play. But what cringes me is when people's like screaming like "Free Bird" and just stupid shit, or they know one of your songs and it's in your set. You're gonna get to it, and not you specifically. I'm just talking about.
No, I know.
And they
what you're
just
talking
keep shouting the same song over, and it's like, I'm going to get to it.
Yeah.
Like, chill. Chill the fuck out. You will hear this song.
about. And I don't mind people shouting my own songs at me.
Well, I guess.
But you always have like the wagon wheelers,
Oh, God.
and
yeah.
obviously like it's a running joke to yell "Free Bird" at the shows, and it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, man,
yeah.
I've only heard that a million times.
Right.
Like that was funny.
Come
the
on,
first,
be original.
It was
Be a little
funny
bit
the first 5,000 times I heard it.
My thing is, if you're going to go out, throw an extra 20 in your pocket. Like, and I'm talking to every single person out. Throw an extra 20. Buy some merch.
Yeah.
I've said this in another podcast with Creek Don't Rise. Because, yeah, you all are getting paid by the venue probably. Or maybe you're just paying for tips or whatever. But we're going to spend a fortune at the bar. Like, why not just throw an extra 20 in your pocket? Buy a CD, a shirt, a sticker. Like, I love stickers. I buy stickers
Yeah.
everywhere. Or koozies. I love koozies, too.
I brought some with me. I'll hook you up.
There you go. There you go. I'll buy some off of it for sure. But, like, just buy some shit because this is supporting you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I never ask that folks buy any stuff or they tip or nothing
I don't
like
play, so I can be the asshole and be like, buy their shit.
that. If you
know?
if you feel inclined, never going to turn that down. But
Right.
it does me just fine just getting to play for folks. I love that's what I love to do.
Right.
You can't ask a whole lot more than being able to make enough to get by doing what you want to do. So
I hear
it's
you.
all right.
Right. Buy some fucking merch. Don't listen to it. Buy some damn merch. That's all I'm saying. Let's hear another song. What else you got, bud? Let's jump right into another one. I want to hear it.
This next one is the one I was talking about a minute ago. This is a song called Silver Run.
Silver Run?
Yeah, the Silver Run is the name of the road that my girlfriend Cameron lives on. And, that's what I wrote this song about her.
Okay, we got a love song here.
She had quite the upbringing. She's somebody that I definitely I look up to in that aspect for sure, because she's been through a lot of stuff that I can't even really comprehend, you know. So, I kind of look to her for advice on stuff sometimes, and that's kind of what I wrote that song about.
That's awesome. Silver Run.
Silver Run.
Silver Run. Let's hear it.
All right.
That girl with blonde hair, life's shake wasn't quite fair. Never had a choice but to grow up. Mama wasn't always around. Her blood father's in the ground. She crawled before she used it as a crutch. Silver run, silver lining, flower growing through asphalt, yet her roots are twice as strong. Never done, always climbing, been a fighter all along. She's only afraid to fall in love with me. Half a tank of gas to run her around and back. County roads ate my tires to the cords. She cost me a lot of sleep and the way I used to be, but I'd do it all again and even more. Silver run, silver lining, flower growing asphalt, yet her roots are twice as strong. Never done, always climbing, been a fighter all along. She's only afraid to fall in love with me. City lights expose our fears. A county girl at heart you can't deny. I don't care much for the traffic. Isolation is my habit. Find a holler for me to raise up mine. Silver run, silver lining, flower growing through asphalt, yet her roots are twice as strong. Never done, always
that was called Silver Run.
Yeah.
So, how'd you write that? That's a great song. Tell me the story about writing that song.
So, I got the notice that I was playing Red Barn, and I was like 2 weeks out from that. And I had to have 2 more original songs than I had to play it. And I've been trying for like 2 weeks to write these songs, man. And I got to the morning of when I was supposed to be playing that show, and I just sat myself down. I was like, you have to write these songs. you don't have a choice. Yeah. So I'd had the hook for that one for a while, but I hadn't finished it. So sat down and just kind of got in my head and wrote.
So you had the hook for a while. You had to go play Red Barn. If y'all don't know what Red Barn Radio is, it's this. Where's that? Is it in Lexington?
Lexington, yeah.
So it's in Lexington. They feature a bunch of artists all the time. It's awesome. I think they're all over YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook.
Okay.
You can find them on just about anything.
So you just wrote it that morning? That just I don't know. I don't understand how you can just write a song in a morning. Like, I couldn't write a song. If you had gave me all of 2020, I don't know what I'd come up with. And you write a song in the morning. Well, you said you had the chorus.
Yeah.
So you'd had it for a while.
Yeah.
And then you just had to finish it up.
Yeah. I mean, the writing it is the easy part. It's the memorizing it. That's the harder part. Getting it down that quick, you know.
Well, it's a great song. I don't care how long it took you to write it. If it took you a century, I mean that was a good song. So that's probably towards the end of it because that's a little happier song.
Yeah.
So we talked about. I've been trying to drag you out there to our property that's in the bottom, and we are currently the pump house. We're doing, we have a lot of shows and stuff like that, but we have another property that we're going to do festivals. And we're in the early stages of it, and we're going to start doing music festivals out there. Just when you get to an outside venue, the hoops and stuff that you got to jump through is not so big. Plus, you can have a lot more people.
Yeah.
So I got to drag you down there.
Especially now.
Yeah, absolutely. It just protects you because then if we already had that built, we probably could have figured out some super social distancing shows.
Yeah.
Right? We could have figured something out where we're 6 feet apart or whatever. But man, that property's amazing. It's kind of like up a hill. It's got caves, and it's just an absolutely just beautiful piece of property. So we'll have that. We'll have the festivals going. We'll get that stage built. We got them 2 Connex boxes, so we got to build the stages. And once we get that going, it's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure it'll grow. So there's a bunch of places around here, right? Like Kicking It on the Creek and,
Laurel Cove.
Stuff like that.
Festival of the Red.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's all these outside venues that do really, really well. And, man, that would be great to this area. And this area is going to see major, major changes, especially with this push for the climate change stuff. I don't care who you support, who you don't support. I just would love to see this area come back to what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you said your mom she got laid off with Bellefonte, which is why big
That's
inspiration
where Mercy came from. Yeah.
Mercy. That song, if y'all haven't heard Mercy, he's got it up on YouTube. It's just absolutely, it's this area. It's absolutely this area. Mercy is just an incredible song. And then, we lost our steel mill and stuff like that, and I don't want to get too deep, but I would love in the next few years just to see this area booming again. Because there ain't nobody country music in right now like this area. I mean, I think we're single-handedly saving country music.
That's where it comes from, though. It's hard to write songs and everything's all happy-go-lucky.
I know it. I know it. But I want my cake, but I also want to eat it too.
Exactly.
I want it to be a happy-go-lucky, just thriving, booming town. We got Road River Rail, and then I want some guys to be writing from a place that's just amazing. Like, I don't know. I can't have it. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen, I guess. But hopefully this area comes around. If we have to sacrifice some music, we have to. It is what it is. Who cares?
It is what it is.
But it don't matter. So what do you got coming up? You got the album release coming out, so that's great. And you're when did you say let's give you a chance to plug again? Go ahead and plug away. Where where can we find your music? Any social media sites you're on, YouTube, anywhere? How can we find you? Are you going to be doing shows soon? What you got?
Yeah, so you can find me on just about any social media. I don't have Twitter right now, but I'm gonna have to get a Twitter, I'm sure, eventually. I hate social media.
Right.
I hate trying to run it, but
Right.
you have to do it. So
It's almost a necessary evil.
yeah, it is. It's 100% necessary. You can find me on YouTube. You just search Cole Chaney. Red Barn Radio. They have my full Red Barn session on Spotify on Red Barn Radio.
Okay.
So if you can find my stuff there, and that's about it. So here real soon though, we're gonna have some music out on all streaming platforms. So
That's
and CDs, all the
whole
whole 9 yards.
it's kind of a
merch.
necessary evil. The way we stream and stuff now. I guess it's easy for you to get ripped off here, but it's also, I guess, provides more of a platform for you to take off too.
Yeah, it does.
So it's kind of like double-edged sword, or there was just this big adjustment that happened in the music industry. But either way, if you're good, people are gonna find you. Seems like if you're from Eastern Kentucky, you got an advantage for some damn reason. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if it's the Snyder's chips that we eat or what.
It's a Heiner's bread.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Heiner's bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. But let's jump into another song here. What else you got for us?
This next one is called Fever Dream, and
Fever Dream.
yeah, that's kind of the sum up of my past year. Like I was talking about earlier,
Okay.
spending a lot of time in my own head and hashing some stuff out, and it's what came out on the other end of it. It's
That's
called
right.
Fever Dream.
Fever Dream. Here we go.
What's in my mind is nothing new. I've stirred crazy and licked the spoon. The pacing man inside my head, he's worn holes in both his shoes. All this time spent in my brain, left not knowing just what I think about the state that things are in. Only children's books have happy ends. I've been locked inside this fever dream. You see, it's all just smoke and mirrors. Nothing's really how it seems. Why can't I just feel alright once in my life? Could I go out in the light? In the light. Had a while to sit and think of woes and wants and worldly things. We go back to life before, or carry on behind our screens. You live life between your ears. You come to terms with what you fear. Push it back down the rabbit hole. Push all you want, but it never goes. I've been locked inside this fever dream. You see, it's all just smoke and mirrors. Nothing's really how it seems. Why can't I just feel alright? Sure be nice if I could go out in the light. In the light.
that was so that Fever Dream.
Yes, sir.
God, I'm just so glad to be doing this again. You don't even know. Like, this is just amazing. This is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to get back to. Hopefully vaccines set in. We're not out of it by any means, guys. We still got to do this. It's very serious, and my heart goes out to everyone who's lost any loved ones or is just anyone affected by it, who's continuing to be affected by it. Kids not in school. I mean, it's just absolutely gut-wrenching what we went through in 2020, and just our better days are ahead of us, and hopefully sooner than later. But, keep your music. Your music's gonna touch people, man. Keep writing, because you're just fucking gifted. I mean, it's just
Thank you, man.
absolutely incredible. So you were telling me about Steve Earle.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I know Copperhead Road.
Yeah, everybody knows Copperhead Road.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And he, I think he does a radio show on Sirius, or he's on there a lot.
Yeah.
But there's some other stuff he does. I guess he didn't just have one track, right?
Well, I used to not really, obviously, like I used to just know Copperhead Road. Like I knew that was Steve Earle, but I hadn't gotten into it yet. And like talking about the point, I did this podcast last year. I hadn't really listened to any of Steve's other stuff.
Okay.
But man, in the past 8 months or so, I've really been getting into his style, the way he writes, his guitar playing. I don't know why. It's kind of a unpolished style. Not that it's not pleasing to the ear; it is pleasing to the ear, but there's a certain quality of.
Well, it's just a little bit of. It's like realness.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's not perfect.
It's not hymnals in church. It's not like, it's not some Broadway. It's not like it's not R&B, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the word.
No.
It comes with some grit and some gravel in it.
Yeah.
And that's.
Well,
it's different.
He's one of those guys that you believe it when they tell it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of guys out here writing these songs, and it's like, yeah, okay. But if I can't look at you and believe it when you write it, then it's not going to hit me. But Steve's one of those dudes. It's like he can write songs in a way that.
And you draw a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
You have definitely recently, right?
Man, his whole Train of Coming album. That's been my favorite one yet.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard Billy Austin, but that's on.
I don't know that I have.
That's on his album, The Hard Way, and
okay.
That was released in 1990. But
you're gonna get me on a big Steve.
Yeah, man. He's one of those dudes. He's got so many different sounds to his music. He's went through so many different phases. I mean, the guy's been putting out music since the 80s.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a sound for everybody. Right. So I've just been kind of going through, digesting. Mainly his older stuff. That's what I like. A lot of his older stuff. A lot of his real twangy, like 80s country type stuff.
Right.
It's like really stereotypical 80s music, but it's great. I love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like, there was this part like late 80s, 90s, early 2000s. I didn't get down with it. And really, it's these local guys that really, because I was listening to the old stuff. We all listened to the old Outlaws and stuff like that. And I was just deep into them, and then because I'll be honest with you, I mean, I know the words because it's all over the radio, but the 80s and the 90s and a lot of these guys that come up and built this, the George Strait, the Garth Brooks, the Tim McGraw, and it's like they're writing for the radio, and then these new guys come out when like Sturgill started hitting, Chris Stapleton. Of course, they've been around for a while, but they didn't get real big. Steel Drivers, man, that was different, and stuff like that. That really just brought you into – it kind of took you back, though, really, is what it did. It didn't – it got you away from the radio a little bit and kind of took you back.
Well, it's genuine music.
That's right.
Yeah,
but it's got that gravel and that grit that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, about mainstream as I like to get anymore is Cody Jinks, normally he wouldn't be my guy, but his lyrics are amazing. So I love Cody Jinks, and that's getting, you hear him a lot. But the guys that you and I will sit here and talk about all the time, I mean, of course, there are a lot of local guys, so it's not locals not getting out all the time. But I'm gonna check out Steve Earle. Cause
yeah, man. He's one of the all-time greats in my opinion. Yeah.
I mean, I've always heard about him and knew who he was and stuff like that, and recognized his voice. And of course, that song, the dances too, and gets the girls dancing. So
yeah.
But I'll listen to some of that low key shit's what you're talking about. The stuff that's not.
Copperhead Road's good, but
right.
I've just heard it so many times that it's like
Dude,
I kind of hate to hear it anymore.
Oh, dude,
but
believe me,
it's
I
like
understand.
if I was Steve Earle, Copperhead Road's a good song, but that's not the one I want to be known for.
Right.
So like that's kind of the way I look at it. Is like, surely this guy's got some other stuff, and he did. I started digging, and you just got to find it.
What do you see for your future? Like, where do you see? Like, what do you see this going? Like your next few steps? Like, obviously, you would take the fame and the glamour and be big or whatever, but truly, in the very near future, what would make you like truly happy right now?
If I could just consistently sell out shows,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
If I could go to a place and
Decent sized arenas, outdoor
shoot, man,
festivals.
not even arenas, just
Okay.
I mean,
Just
any given place.
I got you.
If I could go to a place and be pretty confident that I was going to sell it out, and there's going to be a bunch of folks that actually want to come and listen to it.
You're looking out of the crowd and they're all just mouthing.
Yeah.
They're mouthing. Your song.
Yeah, that's enough. But I mean, obviously, yeah, everybody wants to make it big, but at the same time, I think if you're in it to make that ridiculous money and you're in it for the glory and fame, then most of those guys don't make it unless they go to Nashville and sell their soul for it.
Well, you set those goals and then you're constantly not reaching them and you just get burned out. One of my favorite quotes, I don't know who the hell said it. Fall in love with the process, the result will come.
Yeah.
And so
exactly. That's a great way to put it.
You got to be in it for the right reason.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
And I haven't experienced any incredible success or anything like that, but it's something I'm very passionate about and I love to do.
You
so
sold out the Pump House. We were nut to bud in here, man. That was
that was a great show, man.
Who all played with you that night? That was
so I had that was when we did Candy Hollow Rhythm and had Nick Coburn, Turtle Soup on the drums. That was like our rock and roll.
That's right.
That was like our rock and roll sound. I didn't know what I wanted to sound like at that point in time, but we had a great time. I had Nick Coburn on drums.
Well, if that's you not knowing, I hope you don't ever figure it out because, man, that show was awesome. I hope you keep searching for it.
Taylor Virgin was playing lead guitar.
That's right.
Yeah. And
that's right.
Jeff, I forgot. Daggone it, his last name slipped my mind, but a guy named Jeff was playing the bass for us that night. It was we slapped it together last minute.
That's right.
We rehearsed several times and.
You didn't know if you were even going to have a full. I remember that.
Yeah.
It started out as kind of a solo thing. Then you kind of pieced something together, and it ended up just being brilliant. Which I don't know how you musicians do that, but you do that. And yeah, I remember that. That was, dude. There had to be 200 people in here. It was just absolutely amazing. It was. So
I don't know if you'll ever. I don't know if you'll ever hear me with a full rock and roll band behind me again.
Well,
so that might have been your only chance for it.
You let me listen to one of your songs on that album, Strings, No Drums. Give me more of that all day long.
It's pretty bluegrass.
That's home. That's home. That's cornbread, dude.
It's not grassroots. I don't want to come out and say that it's straight up bluegrass. It's not. I'm not good enough to be just a straight up bluegrass picker, but that's the kind of music I listen to. So that's
absolutely.
What you listen to is what you try to play. So that's
of course now we're throwing 6 strings in the bluegrass and stuff. We're really harping and we're slowing that banjo down. But man, dude. Like, I love bluegrass to death, but that fast banjo can sound the same in a lot of things. When you slow that banjo down, it gets eerie, and it gets scary, dude. And it takes you to a different place, and I absolutely love it. Here's what I need, though. I need a prediction for the Super Bowl, because it's going to be out for the Super Bowl.
Shoot, man.
What do you think?
Well,
what do you want?
I would really love, as much as I like Patrick Mahomes, and he's a great athlete.
Oh, you're going where I'm going.
But
keep going.
I want to see Tom Brady do it, man.
I'm with you.
I want to see Tom Brady win with the Bucs.
Fan. I've never been, but for some reason, the storyline, and to take some shine off of Belichick, give me some Brady.
Well,
we're never going to see another guy win. What's he won? 6 Super Bowls? He's working on 7th?
Dude,
you're never going to see a guy win 7 Super Bowls.
I'm not, I kind of checked out of the NFL a while back just because everything was getting a little too political for me.
Right.
And, not to ride one side of the fence or another, I was just, if I watch football, that's not what I want to see.
Right, I understand.
I just kind of keep up with it loosely, but about the time I stopped watching it, I'd been a Tom Brady hater for a real long time.
Yeah.
And then I watched him, I don't even remember who they were playing, but I watched him win Super Bowl, and I was like, why do I hate this guy? He's just, I don't know that there's an argument that he's not the best to ever do it.
Right.
I mean, he in my eyes, he's got to be. What other
the resume,
guys?
Definitely the resume.
Yeah.
You can't now. As far as mechanics and throws and downfield, upfield, rolling out, open, I don't know. I don't know that, but I do know that the resume is there, and maybe it's because he wasn't the breadwinner in his house. I don't know, because he was married to that, or he is married to, what's her name?
I have no
Giselle,
idea.
Giselle, I think, the supermodel. Either way. But he didn't take the biggest contracts.
No.
And so now you're seeing these guys wanting to just make as much as they can, like now, not thinking about their legacy.
Exactly.
But they could get hurt in the next game. So I don't care either way.
What I love about Tom Brady is the way that he's played the game.
Right.
He's been in the long game for a long time.
Yeah.
Dude,
What is he, 43? He's 43.
And there's a lot of people that say that he's a product of Bill Belichick, and I was one of the people saying that.
Is that right? The system. You thought he was a product of the system
until he won the NFC Championship with the Buccaneers.
And it's
and I can't remember.
I
don't know that in my lifetime I've ever seen the Bucs be any good. And Tom Brady goes to him, and all of a sudden they're
beast.
They're going to Super Bowl.
Right.
And so either if they do win or if they don't win, either way that proves to me that Tom Brady is as good as we thought he was. He is that good. So
I love taking this. I think NFL needs a story like this.
Yeah.
Because with the concussion protocols and the numbers all falling out as far as the youth sport, I'm real into youth sports because I'm the kid, and the numbers aren't there. It'd be great to see NFL with a story like
this.
Yeah,
I think somebody like that is a good inspiration for people too.
Oh, absolutely.
You
don't have to be the most athletic. You don't have to. Yeah.
Understand the game.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Because he's up here, ain't he?
He's and
big time. Work ethic.
He's the coach too. He's not just quarterback. Like
you're right.
There's a coach on that team, but the real coach is Tom Brady. I mean, so that dude runs it.
So Euland Branch Blues is pulling for the Buccaneers. I almost said Patriots. Pulling for the Buccaneers. Like, we want to see that storyline. Mahomes has plenty of time. Barney don't get hurt. He's a freak. Mahomes might turn out to be the best to ever do it. He's just an absolute God.
He's a freak of nature.
It shouldn't even be fair. Like, it should be like they should have a handicap for this guy. He's so good. But the storyline would be great to see Brady.
Yeah.
Let's hear. We'll do one more, right? Let's do one more song.
Yeah. So played this one last time I was on here. It's a song I wrote for my papaw Chuck about his experiences in the coal mines whenever he was.
That's my song right here. I love this.
Young man, too young to be in the mines, and when he tells me those stories and stuff, it's hard for me to imagine that. And when I wrote this song, it was kind of just my way of trying to pay that forward, try to pay it back, because the way I see it, had all the things in his life and my Granny Charlene's life, and you could get into, that whole rabbit hole, but had things not unfolded the way they did, I wouldn't be here. So, I owe something to them for that. So. That's where the song came from.
This is might be one of my favorite songs Cole has. I mean, this is great.
Everything on this song has been confirmed by family that it's all true. Everything that happened is all true. So it's cool.
Y'all gonna love this.
But Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely.
It's always great being here. I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, thank you, man.
I love the Pump House. This is, like I said, this is my favorite venue that I've played at, probably ever will play at. Just because
that's big work.
I love it.
I mean, I appreciate the words, but man, the venues you're going to play at. I mean, I know I'm fangirling out right here, but it's going. Just don't forget about us.
Yeah,
don't forget about us. But so, Cole Shooter.
Cole Shooter.
Y'all gonna love this, and we'll take you out. I'll actually have this song take you out. I'll do my plugs here. Biggest thing, you can find Hewlin Branch Blues on Facebook, YouTube. So the Facebook will get you to the YouTube channel, Hewlin Branch Blues, UHLEN. That's silent H. That churches it up. That makes it fancy. Hewlin Branch Blues. I'm also on TikTok at Clever Chimp. Don't ask me the name. It's a long story on the name. Made a video on it. Find me on there. And I'm trying to talk this guy onto TikTok, so y'all help me talk him on there. But here's Cole Shooter. He's going to take us out, guys. Thank y'all very much for listening to us, and we'll see you next time. And when it comes to the artists, you may love them, you may hate them, but you're going to meet them right here on Hewlin Branch Blues. Give us Cole Shooter. Here we go.
In Johnson County holler, where the mining company bloomed, he lived in a house with all 5 brothers, his dearest sisters too. The summer heat was as bad as the mug that the humid air did brew. In the winter the snow just blowed on in through holes in the wall you could throw a dog through. As an able-bodied boy, he lied about his age to help his father break away from the rattle of a poor man's ball and chain. They made him shoot their coal, and he was grateful at the time. But there was many a boy that had done the same, and they never come out alive. You better run, Cole Shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. And when you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life that a young man should live. If you can run faster than gunpowder burns, you might see the light again. They were biting down on blasting caps, just doing like Daddy asked. Even though they knew that the next bite down could surely be their last. You ain't got no time to be scared, no, with dynamite in your hand. Don't hesitate, boy, 'cause if you slip up, son, you're as good as dead. Better run, Cole Shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. When you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life that a young man should live. If you can run faster than gunpowder burns, you might see the light again. guided by the lamp on his head in the dark. He begins to pray that the fuses are all cut right and that a stray spark don't take light. Prays that he won't die in this mine. He hates the thought of Mama crying. Better run, cold shooter, run. Run away as fast as you can. When you get to the end of the tunnel, just keep on running, my friend. 'Cause this ain't no kind of life